There are many issues that the presidents are not addressing, or the candidates either. Okay, should a policeman be allowed to just pull you over, and even after finding out that you are an American citizen or a person and not a terrorist, be able to detain you and harass you? Should they just be able to put you in cuffs and take you away for something like a piece of plastic license when the economy isn't guaranteed? Okay? Should insurance companies be allowed to just, turn you away at the door because they've risen your rate and over the circumstance that you're in a congested area? They just judge you biasly like that and say, okay, well, you're probably going to get in an accident, so we're not going to insure you, so your life is incapacitated. Okay? Are they going to address issues like, okay, the cop beat you, but, now he didn't really have a right to, and you can't hold the cop accountable, okay? And then when a state's attorney decides to, try to protect the policeman by coming up with false charges against you that didn't exist at the time that you were unlawfully arrested, you can't fight them either because they have qualified immunity, and you're stuck in the court process, and there's no button to push to say, okay, let's put the brakes on here and look at the facts of the situation before wasting the court's money and the state's money and the taxpayers' dollars and allowing the treasury to be a tax, for the bonds there that the courts are going to use. Okay, and, how about this? Can you, the presidents and the candidates are not, like, addressing issues like if you're before a judge and the judge tells you you're not in court to your face and puts a warrant out for your arrest, okay? They don't do stuff like that, okay? And, there's no excuse for stuff like that, for, like, red tape and exhaustion, okay, and stuff like profiling. None of the presidents or candidates are addressing these issues, and these are the issues that actually, are important to the American people at the ground level, because there's so much money and time and stress and circumstances that are taken away and given to the families that are dealing with this sense of tyranny. It's like those are the issues that American people need to focus on as well. And none of the presidents will touch stuff like this. Or how about, let's say something else. You're allowed to smoke cigarettes, you're allowed to drink alcohol, okay, and you're allowed to take prescription pills. But, people are going to jail for weed. Okay, and if you take someone's cigarettes away, they're going to have a serious attitude problem for years to come, perhaps. So it's like, okay, 6 of one, half dozen another. How come these issues aren't addressed? Because they're not politically sound? I don't understand it. So, when somebody starts addressing the issues that matter to me, and to many other people, then we'll have a fair community, and we'll have a fair plateau, to base this election on, instead of issues that affect our parents and our grandparents and unborn and, and the children, which are obviously the most important. But, for the people that are trying to live and operate and feel proud right now, you're not touching any of these issues. And what about, like, the monopolization of businesses being closed by governors, but yet corporations are allowed to stay open, killing the mom and pop family businesses, with a total discrimination and bias against those type of people who are the backbone of America, who work hard, who spend their money on corporate items, and yet, they're just trying to make a living too. So, it's all fine and dandy when you look at it with a biased, shallow, selfish point of view, but the issues I speak of right now are the issues people are rioting in the streets. They're the issues people are going homeless. They're the issues that people are turning against each other. And the president, none of the past presidents either have addressed stuff like this for many, 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 many moons, or decades and decades. And, none of the candidates address this either. It's really sad. So when you start addressing those issues, I think you'll find that more people will care.